The World Health Organization is deciding whether to classify the monkeypox outbreak as a public health emergency.
An urgent meeting has been called for next week to assess the threat. Here's our health correspondent, Lucy Warhurst.
It starts with a fever, aches and fatigue. Then a blister-like rash develops, which can last for weeks.
The global outbreak of monkeypox is clearly unusual and concerning.
And it's spreading fast.
The virus is behaving unusually from how it used to behave in the past. It's also affecting more and more countries.
There are now more than 1,600 confirmed cases and another 1,500 suspected cases across 39 countries. Next Thursday, the WHO will assess whether it represents a public health emergency of international concern. Michael Baker says it would give them more powers to manage it.
They've done this a few times in recent years, obviously with COVID-19, the last flu pandemic, Ebola, Zika and polio. So it's definitely a sign that it's moved up the list in terms of important threats.
The WHO is also working with scientists on a new name for the virus and the disease it causes, one that's non-discriminatory and non-stigmatising. Michael Baker says while it was first found in monkeys, they didn't start it.
It turned out they're just an incidental host like humans. The reservoir, it will be some small African rodent of some sort. And so if anything, it should be called, maybe rodent pox or even rat pox.
Poor rats.
Rats have an awful history of transmitting infections to humans. I don't think the rat would mind. I mean, its reputation couldn't get any worse than it's already got.
One new name suggested by scientists is HMPXV. Not quite so catchy.
Well, kia ora, Lucy. And there is a health announcement that we have all been waiting for. It is imminent.
That's right, Sam. So the government could be about to scrap pre-departure tests for travellers coming into New Zealand and Kiwis coming home. They've served their purpose but are a bit of a pain, and other countries have got rid of them, and there are calls for New Zealand to do the same. The government said that they would always be getting rid of them by the end of July, but it was discussed in Cabinet on Monday, and that announcement is imminent. They could be gone as early as next week, but hopefully in time for the school holidays.
Lucy, thanks so much for the update.